There was a cord there the whole time.
Oh man, I was worried.
There was a cord
plugged into the microphone.
There it is.
That was exactly what I wanted
I was
to hear.
surprised she wasn't the chick on the thumbnail for the
Oh, for the cosplay?
for the cosplay. I thought she had
I haven't watched
better
the video
boobs and a better
I
costume.
haven't watched the video yet. I really want to see cosplay.
Because
But
that's always my favorite thing is watching it and then trying to guess who would be the thumbnail.
Are you recording now?
uh-huh.
Oh.
We are.
Then
We are, it's
welcome to the Inside Gaming Podcast for September 4th, 2014.
With your hosts,
Oh, we're doing
Adam,
Yeah. You do it.
Joel,
Hi, what's up?
one Boomerang,
Yep.
and
Spool?
special guest,
Spool's mom!
Hey.
Jonathan Spool. That's your full name, right, Jonathan?
There
Don't
you
walk
go.
away
No,
from
he
me.
left. He left.
What is the situation in which you spent the longest time in absolute free fall?
Who are you asking?
The situation
James.
in which I spent the longest time in absolute free fall.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been in absolute free fall. There was one time where I was at a really dark cabin with my dog and my wife, and my dog had to get out to pee, so I opened the door for him, and he dragged me out, and I tripped, and I fell over a little raised area, and I was lying on the ground while trying not to let my dog run off into the wilderness with one hand, and I turned around and asked my wife why she wasn't helping me, and she stood there in shock and said, "I've just never seen you fall down before."
Oh, that's true. I've never seen
Which
James
hurt
fall down.
more than the actual pavement.
So you're saying your equilibrium is so ironclad that you have never once left the ground?
I just think I don't trip over things and hit the ground.
You've ever been on like a high diving board or anything?
Oh yeah, so yes, diving. Sure, whatever.
Good answer.
I have a really good story about Elliot. Elliot fell over once where we were at an airport and we were all getting food, and there were a bunch of bags, around the table because he had to, because everybody puts their bags underneath the table at the airport. So we were all eating, and Elliot was like, "Oh, I gotta get some ketchup." So he got up, and one foot caught in one bag thing, and another foot caught in the other bag. So he went. I wish I could see it. So he went like this. He tripped once, fell over, tripped again. Both fell, and then his face hit another table that somebody was eating on. So think of Adam. Adam's at dinner, and his face went like this, boom, like that. It was an amazing fall that I'll never forget.
Well, what's not
Speaking
gonna
of
fall?
falling,
What's not gonna fall?
Our website.
Oh, good
nice
sense.
work.
Wow.
Nice
You're
work.
so good at this.
Hosted by Squarespace. So we're trying to figure that out a little bit. We got a domain kind of inside-gaming.squarespace.com. We're gonna find a better one, more approachable one.
Does it work now?
Let me check.
Because we just changed it.
Boy,
From
it didn't
Lawrence
work.
Sontag.
Hold on, what was the other one that Lawrence created?
Lawrence Sontag.
No, there was a different one. Maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, Big Booty Hose?
So yeah, Lauren. People don't know this, but Lawrence actually owns BigBootyHose.com.
BigBootyLovers.com.
Oh, Big Booty
Big
Lovers.
Booty
I'm
Lovers.
sorry.
Okay. All right.
Oh
And
man.
it's not spelled like how you would think.
Oh, well,
It's
then it's no good.
BigBootyLVRS.com.
Oh, you fucking blew that one.
No, I didn't. I think that's got kind of the Tumblr roll to it, where you take out some of the vowels for no reason.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you took them all out, it'd just be gibberish. But
Anyway,
Go on.
so we're using Squarespace's easy-to-use tools to create the worst website the internet's ever seen.
No.
do it.
Just to
why would we
prove
do
how good the tools are.
that? What?
Yeah. If you would like to join us on this terrible journey, you can go to squarespace.com. Use the offer code INSIDE to get 10% off your first purchase and show your support for Inside Gaming. You can start a free trial with no credit card and build your website today. Thank you, Squarespace, for your support of Inside Gaming. Squarespace, a better web starts with your website.
is using Squarespace to make the worst website on the internet kind of like getting all the questions wrong on a 100-question multiple choice test?
Yeah.
It's like almost as hard to
It's
do as
impossible.
getting them all.
It's impossible
Yeah.
to do. Right.
Yeah.
That
Harder
makes
than doing it
sense.
right.
That makes sense.
So it confirms how good the tools are.
So speaking of falling, when I was in middle school, I used to rollerblade.
I was gonna say, speaking of squares,
Everyone else skateboarded, and for some reason I chose rollerblading. I don't know why. I think the cool
Hey,
kids.
we all roll. I
mean, I
rollerblade too.
rollerblade.
But I did like aggressive inline. Like,
Yeah, you bet.
You seen Brink?
Yeah.
I was Brink.
nope, you were airborne.
I was
were-
well.
you were
First, I was
definitely
airborne. Yes.
You were
Look,
rollerball?
Here's the thing. I've seen them all. And so years ago, when I was living in this neighborhood, a kid gave me his grind rail. He was like, I don't want any more. You can have it.
Grind rail.
You ever,
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like
You
a rail
grind
that
on
you
it.
can set up anywhere.
Yeah,
That way you
it's
can
basically
grind
like two pieces of wood with
that
like a PVC pipe or metal in the middle.
Okay.
This one was metal, but it was big. It was big and heavy. And I was going by his house and, hey, you want this thing? He was like, yeah, no, totally. And so I was dragging it home, but I was on my rollerblades. I was just on rollerblades. And then for some reason I thought it was smart to rollerblade downhill with it.
No.
Well, he was in like the cul-de-sac above me, so I had to go. There was a little bit of a hill where I lived, and I was pushing it down. And you know where the sidewalk kind of separates, has those little divots.
Oh, yeah.
As I was going down with this thing in front of me, it hit the divot and
Oh,
went.
fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
something
shit.
went into it. And I literally, and I was on rollerblades, so my feet went up. And I fell on my back, and I was just laying there going, "Oh, I am a stupid
And
kid."
it went 10 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That was the last day I ever rollerbladed.
It's called an ollie, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
that's
ollie.
called an ollie, yeah.
That's an
you
ollie
got-
oops.
You got your blades up in the closet. There's like a cobweb on them. And every so often, when you get really drunk late at night, you kind of open the door with like whiskey in one hand. You're like, "You son of a bitch! Yeah, fuck you!" And then you slam the door and throw your glass in.
Never again.
So I feel like I should explain to the viewers. The B-roll you're seeing now is stuff that we captured at PAX.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna see random gameplay of games that aren't out yet,
Like Shadows of Mordor, right?
like Shadow of Mordor.
When-
There's only
wait,
one Shadow.
Shadow of Mordor.
That comes out soon, right? Like next week?
I think it's soon.
Or
Is
like
it
today?
next week? What? No.
Boy, I hope it's not until
No, because I
after
want
Thursday.
that.
I
I
want
want that
it.
game.
I thought it was soon. No?
I was afraid it's soon because Destiny's coming out soon.
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
moved,
like,
up, it moved up a month.
Oh,
or no,
okay.
a week, sorry.
Who has their Destiny pre-order? Because
Yeah.
we were all quietly hoping that somehow we'd come home from PAX with copies
yeah,
or
with
codes,
free
and no
codes.
one did.
No,
well,
we
I did the.
Comes out
Ricky
September
does. Rickey's.
I preloaded it already, too.
Oh, it's preloaded for
That's right.
Xbox.
It's 40 gigs
Joel,
to download.
40
that.
gigs?
What?
Yeah.
18. It was 18.
Say it.
Really?
Say
Oh,
Calibrimbor.
well, good.
Maybe the. Wait, what?
Anyway.
What's
What's Calibrimbor?
I'm glad you asked.
The elf that teaches the elves how to forge the rings.
He forged the Rings of Power
Yeah.
in conjunction with Sauron.
Yeah.
Can we please
Can we talk
say
about the topic that we
thank
titled
you?
the
Thousands
video
of
about?
years ago.
Can we talk about
Stop
GTA 5,
talking
please?
about it.
Are you the Shadow of Mordor, or is the Shadow of Mordor looming about
I
everything
believe
you do?
I believe you were operating under the shadow of Mordor.
So you're not like a ghost, like the Shadow of Mordor.
think
you are. No, you are.
I think it's a double meaning.
Yeah, you're a spy. You like
See?
you sneak in under enemy lines.
Okay, let's talk about GTA 5. Fine.
GTA 5 was
Anyway,
about to
the
delay
game
and it
comes
wasn't.
out on September 30th.
Oh, so
shit.
yeah, so it's close.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming up.
What's
Pretty
good
damn
about this
soon.
is everyone's gonna hear that I said that already,
What?
and
What?
then I'll know.
Oh.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Shadow of Calibrimbor.
So Grand Theft
Stop
Auto 5, people thought it was gonna be delayed,
And it's not.
and then it wasn't.
Well, actually, we don't know that yet.
What, GTA 5 next generation, which is now current generation, which whatever, fuck it.
Well, we don't actually know that the delay is not true, nor do we know that it's true. So Rockstar just came out today saying that there is no delay. It's still scheduled for
Yeah.
fall 2014 release.
Yeah.
And I guess November 14th or whenever the rumor was, still is that still count as a fall?
They never gave
Yeah,
it.
they didn't
They just said fall.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, like the rumors floating around are now November
course.
14th.
Sure.
So, although who knows, if those are actually true. But there have been a lot of rumors about how it's going to be delayed because no one's seen the game, no one's talked about a bundle and so forth.
Is
But this is
Okay.
kind of their forte. This is what they do.
Well,
They release games
yes.
by hiring a large cargo helicopter.
Yeah.
Ones that can carry buses.
Uh-huh.
They fill it with games and then they just push them out with their foot.
Is that
They
what
go,
they
here
do?
you go, fuck it, and then they somehow make $1 billion.
This goes back to this phenomenon that really kind of blows my mind, where everyone suddenly forgets history.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden games journalists are sitting around and
Don't
they're-
exist.
Well, they're sitting around Germany and Gamescom being like, I don't think the game's coming out because they didn't show it at this press conference. It's like, okay, hold on.
No.
Did you just come out of the womb this year? Like, did you forget that Rockstar never shows anything? And also, this is a re-release, so why? The game already sold 30 million plus copies. Why do they need to do any sort of promotion for this? The game will sell itself.
Yeah, they really don't at this point.
It just boggles my mind when people are always like, Sony's always been the best company in the world. It's like, do you remember when they announced the PS3 for $800?
And everybody hated them?
Yeah, it's like, just try to remember things.
But honestly, to that point, though, I mean, like last year at Gamescom, they had that GTA bundle that they announced, and everyone was like, "Oh, cool!" They didn't do that this year, and the game came out in September, I think it was last year, right? So,
Timeline matches up almost
almost exactly.
I mean, but the only difference is that GTA 5 was something you were waiting for then. right?
I think a lot of people are waiting for this game right now.
I know,
They're
yeah,
gonna buy
but
shitloads of it.
GTA 5 is already
Yeah,
out.
PC. There's gonna be
GTA 5 is already out though.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah, but not
So-
on PC.
I know, but I don't think they need
or
to worry
next
about
gen.
that.
Just to
Or
run
next
on the
gen.
facts
Or
really
current gen.
quickly.
Okay.
Holy hell. Okay, so there was the delay came from a site called Fox Weekly, which quoted the chairman of a marketing firm, Rantic, saying that Rockstar didn't want to make a PC version. They were going to push it back, cancel it, whatever. And there was a very tenuous link between Rantic and Rockstar because somebody who worked there used to work at Rockstar North a long time ago.
Huh, okay.
Basically, because of this, Rockstar said, we didn't say anything. Please stop putting words in our mouths. It's still coming out, whatever.
Yeah.
And then recently, like about a day ago, Newegg listed Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, PS4, all that, as November 18th.
18th or 14th?
18th.
Oh, 18th. Okay,
1-8.
all right. Weird.
So that's where we're at now. Looks like
right.
we're about a couple months away. But yeah, Rockstar.
Should we take predictions on when it's going to come out?
The official
At this point, I think it's probably
Inside
gonna be
Gaming
2015.
Podcast predictions.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Wait,
IGP.
say it, Lawrence. What did you say?
I think it's going to be 2015 at this point. I feel like if it were going to be this holiday, there would be a date already.
I agree with
Yeah,
Lawrence.
Here's the thing: they
You
don't
might
have
listing
to.
November.
They don't have to release anything this year.
No, they don't.
They don't
Absolutely
have
not.
to.
Yeah.
And Rockstar, what they put out Red Dead in the middle of summer?
Yeah.
They're not. They know that they can release whenever they want
Yeah.
and chase everyone else away. So they don't have to get it out before Christmas.
Yeah, the game's already done what it needed to do. They didn't need to release it on next gen or current gen or PC. They didn't have to do any of that. This is just gravy. So they're going to time it with the announcement of whatever single player DLC they're doing
Yeah.
or heists, fingers crossed. But either way, I hope it comes out this year. I would love for it to come out.
I think we all hope that it's coming out this year, but I agree with Lawrence. I think it's coming out in 2015. And yeah, it sucks that all these journalists are like, well, we didn't see anything, but I honestly kind of think they have a little bit of point. Like, if they would have had the game out at this point, they would have shown everybody, like, look at how good it looks on PC or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm still worried about it.
It's just Rockstar doesn't typically show anything ever. It was. I remember it being really weird at like PAX
They
East.
have like trailers and stuff.
They do have trailers. Yeah. But that's all they need for this game.
What did they Red Dead at PAX
I'm just trying to think about
Show it to
when
Germans. Show
GTA
it to
4 came out on PC.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It just kind of appeared.
Yeah, it
didn't
just appeared.
There it
Yeah.
is.
So
How long did it take? Was it 9 months or something after?
Yeah, it was about 9 months. We
And-
looked this up.
Well, I just remember everyone was really mad about it because it had games for Windows Live on it, and it just was. And then you have to go through Social Network. It was a real pain in the ass, and they were like, "It's not optimized, it's not good." But I didn't play it on PC till years later, and I never really had an issue with it because I started doing all the modding stuff, and that's when it was fun.
Yeah.
So
Adam, when do you think it's coming out?
December 31st, 2014.
Ooh, what about you?
I'm sticking with November.
You go in November.
November
Okay.
18th or
All right.
whatever.
All right. November 18th or whatever.
Whatever it was. Isn't that what you said?
November 18th. Yeah. I feel like that's the most likely date if it's going to hit in 2014.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
November 18th.
2 p.m.
Hey,
Which
here-
time zone?
Australia.
Australia time.
There you go.
Australia, Sydney.
So yeah.
Because they have multiple time
Here's the
zones.
thing, regardless, I'm just happy it's coming out.
Oh, we're gonna get the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But-
I'm just so tired of it. I need an excuse to finally get rid of my 360. And
Yeah. So do I.
and once Master Chief Collection and Halo, or I'm sorry, Master Chief Collection and the other thing, whatever GTA we're talking about, once those come out, I
Whatever
can
GTA we're
finally retire my old consoles.
Do you think your character info will copy over?
They already said it.
They already
would.
said it would.
online character.
They already said it
Online
would.
will, single player will.
Thanks for the breaking thoughts.
Nice
Spool.
job. Way to go, Spool.
There was a pause.
Just waiting. Like,
Here's a question. Do we think it's going to change anything? Do we think they're going to drop it and it's going to look better, but you're still not going to be able to get a match going?
I think it will. All right. I think. No, I hope that. I hope
Because
that it
like
does
Adam,
fix something.
Adam
but I
was
think
like,
you're right. I
Adam
think
was
it won't
like,
fix
God
it.
willing, heist,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, I'd love to just play any matches.
Do you think that they're going to fix GTA Online, or at least try before they put out heists? Do you think that's what they're waiting for?
Oh, they're not charging for heists, are they? It's all just free
It's all
stuff.
free.
It's all
Heists will be
free in
free.
addition to. So I think unless they're gonna sell a DLC, right?
Well, they will. Single player DLC.
Yeah, but unless they're gonna sell a multiplayer DLC,
Oh.
then I think their priority will not be.
I don't know why they
fixing
would sell multiplayer DLC. They haven't done it so far.
Yeah,
Because fuck
exactly.
it. Because money.
Well, yeah. I mean, but like, fuck, they can't
well,
charge
I mean,
for heists.
arguably they have been
Because
selling,
of the
because some of the content they add you have to buy.
Oh, right.
And they sell money,
Yeah.
and the prices are very very high. So if you want to get that stuff, you can't just play a shitload.
Yeah, but we play it so casually that
Sure.
it's like
We also don't care about
We never
that.
play more than an hour a week. That I don't know, but like I want to play more. It's just
Well,
That's so
but that's what
broken.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they were able to figure out a way to create a mode that would make you play it a little less casually, and thus maybe be more likely to spend money on the game, you know,
It's just
I'm
like-
just thinking revenue streams for the next 20 years until GTA 6 comes out.
I would like to know. I would like to know how much money they've made on microtransactions.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any numbers on that, and I would love to see
Yep.
how much money they've made.
$35.
$35.70.
And the thing is, if you have a huge player base who's logging in every day to play, it may not even be that they're buying money, but you can make money off the fact that people are using your service. Of
course.
Not even through advertising, just by selling user data, which sounds really scummy, but it happens all the time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's just owning people is very lucrative. Like Facebook, you know, they have ads, but most of their money comes from selling user data.
I'm still waiting until we see Sony announce that GTA Online is going to be free to play on their console. I
Oh,
think
I see what
that's
you're saying.
entirely
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
You know, and
gonna
it's
be
like,
PlayStation
oh, you can
Plus.
get to level 35, and then you can do whatever.
That'd be amazing.
that was-
I've been saying that for years that they should do some kind of free-to-play version of GT Online.
I thought you meant just
Fantastic.
doesn't need PlayStation Plus.
Doesn't need PS Plus, right?
Well, you mean
Is that
like,
what you mean?
uh,
Paywall?
No, I mean
just
like
straight up
you don't need
free-to-play.
to own GTA 5.
Oh, you just download it and play it.
and Sony gives them a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So that way you can just download and play GTA Online.
Wow.
But then you can buy other stuff. And if they do have these other DLCs, then now you're paying like $15 instead of $60 and then
Crazy.
DLC. I feel like that's entirely possible.
You got ideas and I like them.
Hold on, Sony's on the phone. What? Sony?
million.
You don't know who I am?
Dee-dee-dee.
Gotcha. All right, I'll never call again. Goodbye.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and dial
That
your.
was Shuhei Yoshida.
No, that was a fake phone. You didn't have a phone in your hand.
That
a
was
finger.
Shuhei Yoshida.
We're on the
Talk to
radio,
him.
Bruce.
Shuhei, hold on. I got Bruce on the line. He wants to make sure I'm not just talking into my hand.
Shu? You there? What's up?
See?
In other games are ruined forever news. The Stomping Land has been pulled from Steam.
We did it.
That all video games are bad, and that we'll never have fun with any of them ever again.
Oh my gosh, I love the.
You know,
I
so
love
weird.
Stomping Land.
So when we recorded this for the daily, we did this earlier today. Today's Tuesday. When I was watching the episode,
magic.
I was watching the episode that Matt Pete cut together. He put in all this B-roll from like trailers and stuff that I'd never seen before. It's like that game looks kind of fun. He's like riding on dinosaurs and he's customizing his bow and arrow. And then cut to what we played.
It's garbage.
It was just like
Hot garbage.
this perpetually dark game with no dinosaurs in it.
the worst.
And then being dragged as
You had
a
to convince
slave.
an NPC to show you
I was
dinosaurs.
gonna say, yeah, we saw
Oh,
one
yeah.
dinosaur, but we were being dragged by it
It was-
with our face down in the sand.
Walking like this.
And I'm just like, where was this game? Like, this looks fun. And I can see why a lot of people actually got fooled into it. And then when we looked into all the information of like the original Kickstarter was only for $30,000 and it made like $120,000. Like, people are really desperate for survival based game.
Yeah, they really
content.
are right
They just
now.
they want this game that does not exist.
I think they want to be a part of the new community that surrounds a game. So like the DayZ community,
Right.
the people who were like, I really like this DayZ game. Oh, really? Why do you like it? Before it became DayZ, they like that.
You think
The
it's
whole
like a
playing
hipster
the
mentality?
Minecraft beta.
I think that's exactly what hipster mentality. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like everyone's like, you got to get on board. Like this is a mod you got to download for Armor 2 and like all this bullshit. And you're like, what? Like, why would I ever do that?
I remember, I think that was very early on CNanners.
Yeah,
when he was,
CNanners.
when he was here. I remember he was telling everyone about DayZ. He's like, gotta check it out. It's the hot thing. It's so cool.
You got us into it.
And like a bunch of people got invited. I was not invited to hang out in the office because I think I was like, this looks kind of dumb. And they were like, oh, just fuck at them, whatever. And then
That's why I didn't get invited.
And then there's many reasons. I'm the smelly kid.
Yeah, that was farted a lot.
But I remember, I think I was talking to like a few people afterwards, and they were just like, it was the worst experience trying to get that game to work. You have to install like specific mods and like
I was
specific
there.
DLC.
I was there. It took about 5 hours, and I spent like $30 or $40 on games I have never played or never touched since. And there was, I want to say, a good 20 minutes of gameplay that we enjoyed. Over about 5 or 6 hours of setting up, and like some of that was capture. To be fair, some of it was like capture syncing and things like that, trying to get things going. And CNanners is really good at that too. So like he should have been good at all those things, and he was. But the problem was it was a mod for Arma 2 for an already broken game. So it was a broken mod for a broken game, That's why it didn't work. Although, millions of people are playing the game. What the fuck? That's why I keep saying, what the fuck? I don't understand. Like the stomping.
Hey, you can't tell people what they can and can't enjoy, except for DayZ. Like,
That
what
being
the fuck?
said, I don't think anyone should get their money back for Stomping Land.
No.
No, I don't
You
think
know?
so. No way. Here's 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, I didn't buy that shit because it looked fucking terrible. All right, and if you spend more than 3 seconds looking at the game and assuming what is feasible, you'll know that it's no good and it's terrible. 2, there have always been shit games.
True.
There have always been shitty little games on CDs that you could buy for PC
Right.
that would cost $15, and they were fucking terrible, and they were all broken and horrible.
That's true.
And that's it. That's it.
That's-
Bad games have always existed, and it is your job to navigate the jungle of terrible.
This is my problem, though. I'm okay with terrible games. I like broken games. What I don't like is this new wave of just boring games.
You mean like survival games? or-
Yeah, like DayZ bores me.
Yeah.
Stomping Land, what?
All the new platforms.
Sure.
They kind of bore me. Those are the
I'm just-
indie side scrollers.
I'm just saying, like, things with broken AI, or like we played that really shitty airport simulator game, and it was just like the worst thing ever. It was just completely busted. I get enjoyment out of that because at least something is happening. When we tried doing a live stream for DayZ, we played with Optic J.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta walk for like an hour.
Yeah.
You gotta find me. I'm over here. I'm just like, dear God, like, I've got things to do. I'm sorry. I need some sort of something to happen. I'm sorry. And that's my biggest problem. Is it's not so much that the game's like busted or broken or it's glitchy or whatever. That I can forgive. I can forgive any game for that. That's fine. It's the boringness that kills me.
All right. I think that.
Stop making boring games.
Well, they'll never stop making boring games. But I think my problem with the Stomping Land versus like a little CD that you bought is that you didn't see anything for the CD, so you bought it sight unseen. You're like, I'm gonna give this a shot, right? You paid $15. There's video all over the place of people having a fucking great
Of a game
time
that doesn't
playing
exist.
DayZ and Stomping Land, a game that doesn't exist, right? And so then they're like, my buddy loves this Kickstarter $100,000. I had to play Stomping Land, right? So then they're fooled into thinking that.
I think that's the new extension of the cover for Mega Man having a dude like a horrible looking white guy
Right.
with a gun firing at some guy with scissors for hands.
But you knew that cover, like, if, it was just a cover, right? So if you bought it, it was your fault. It's like buying a CD, like an album. Like if you heard, but you get to hear one song, and then the rest of the songs
Holy
are.
shit, this cover art has vines in the shape of a heart?
You're like, I want this game. No, that's
Soul Asylum sounds great. Let's get this whole album. Oh,
I bought the Godzilla soundtrack without any questions. So I was like, yes. I'm talking about the original one.
You may wait from 1998.
No, I understand.
The
I do
original.
understand that the horrible, shady salesmen have gotten better at their job.
They have.
But
and with Kickstarter and all that other bullshit, they have.
But as I've grown older, I've gotten more and more skeptical of everyone around me.
But not a lot of 15 and 16-year-olds are.
Well, they're going to learn to be real quick. This is how you learn.
everyone gets fucked. It's the way of the world.
I don't remember the game Phalanx on N64.
Yeah, the guy with the banjo.
There's an old man with a banjo.
Yeah.
No one knows what the
There's
fuck
like
that
a
is.
comet going by.
There's like a
jet-
ship in the background.
Yeah.
It's a shoot 'em up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's a space shoot 'em up, but there's an old fat man with a banjo.
I mean, that was just bad. I don't know if that's misleading, really.
I remember that was one thing that I do kind of miss when I was a kid, going into like Blockbuster or Hollywood Video or whatever when those
Having
things
no
existed, and going down the aisles and seeing which games they had, and then looking at like the
That.
consoles I never owned. Like I didn't own an N64, so I'd go down and be like, oh wow, there's a new Zelda. Oh wow, look at this, is cool. The fuck is Phalanx? Like, this is very confusing. And then mostly being confused when I rented Turok. My cousin rented a N64 when we
Such a
played
good
it,
game.
and the cover's this young Indian dude fighting a raptor.
Oh, yeah,
Boot up
yeah.
the game, you're in this old dude, and I was like, cover.
Isn't there, no, but there's backstory to that. I think.
Oh.
I thought he like time traveled or something, right?
But there's a
there are
comic
different
book.
Turoks as well.
There's other Turoks. I remember looking into that
That was
because there's like
one
a
of the
comic
Turoks,
book.
and you play a different one.
You play as a different Turok.
That's seriously the explanation. And the new Turok you play is the old Turok.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there
the
was a-
old man Turok or the young man?
No,
Turok?
no,
Plays the guy from Phalanx.
Yeah, he
what-
plays the banjo man. No, the young Turok depicted on the cover of the N64 is the main character of the new Turok. they made like
Yes,
2008.
yeah, that's it.
Well then,
So confusing.
just like I would have expected.
They planned it that way, actually. They
Either way,
said
we've come full circle because we're
15
still talking
years
about
from now,
dinosaurs.
we'll make a
and
shitty
Turok.
reboot of this.
Yep.
Also, what's the deal with games with dinosaurs always being terrible?
I don't know. It shouldn't be that hard, right?
kinda
There's got to be one good game with dinosaurs, right?
Primal Rage.
Okay, you're right.
Farm Rage is okay.
Yeah.
Never played it.
That's got more than just dinosaurs.
I liked Turok, by the way. I thought Turok was
Turok
fun.
is good.
Turok
It had awesome weapons.
I heard Turok 2's like the shit, right?
It's got really cool weapons.
If you have an
Yeah.
expansion pack.
Cerebral
Oh yeah, you
bore.
need that giant thing on top of you.
Considering you play an N64 on your cell phone now, I think that's doable.
Yeah, you can play it in slightly higher resolution at half the frame rate. What a good trade-off.
No, you can play like 60 frames a second.
Oh yeah, on your phone. I'm talking on an N64.
I remember Turok, I think, was the first game that I realized that the Fog of War or whatever it was blatantly put there to cover crappy textures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like your vision cone was about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tiny.
And then you're like, wow, it's really overcast in this game. And then you realize, oh, they can't render shit.
It was basically the scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Where there's like, you're standing there and you think you see someone in the distance, and it cuts back to you and you think you see someone in the distance, it cuts back to you, and then you think and then the guy's there,
Oh, yeah,
and he's swinging at you.
It's, I recall a series of games back in the day trying to very cleverly explain away the terrible fog with like story.
Oh yeah.
I think my
that's
favorite
great.
was Spider-Man. Because in the intro cinematic, some villain floods New York with gas.
Oh, of course. That
So
makes
any
sense.
building like more than 10 feet below you is just fades out into nothingness.
That makes sense. That makes
Yep.
a lot of sense. I'm gonna go play Spider-Man.
Turok never really explained it though. You fighting inside of pea green soup.
I think the excuse for Beetle Racing Adventures was this game is shitty. Press start to play.
Beetle racing.
Anyway, I missed the Fog of War.
So,
Are we doing Squarespace?
yeah, we are.
Let's do it.
You know what's not shitty? Squarespace.
Oh,
Not
good
not
segue, Lawrence.
segue.
Nice
segue.
job.
I preferred your longest
Falling
free-falling one. You got a good,
was a
another
better
good
I
segue?
wasn't even planning that.
You got a good segue question?
Pretty good.
Like, what's your favorite thing about Turok?
would you like to have all the fog cleared away on how to build a website?
That's good. I was gonna say,
Oh
if
my
you'd like to
God.
build your Turok fan webpage, you can do it easily using Squarespace.
Ooh, Turok fan webpage. I want to do
Chris has
that.
already done
I know. That sounds awesome.
I kind of want to
Seeking like-minded
Hold
Turok
on.
fans.
Do your thing. I'm going to start looking up Turok fan art.
Yeah, I'm looking up a Turok Wikia. I'm gonna hit the random page and see what we get.
Focus on Squarespace.
Random page. So, when you make your Turok page on Squarespace, you'll want to consider the Lords of the Dead. They are the overlords of Deadside, drawn to the city of Arasi by the Soul Gates. In Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, they act as guardians of the graveyards and slaughter by the river
I thought we were
of
talking about
Souls.
Squarespace.
Talk about Squarespace.
I am.
Save all this good stuff for the Squarespace website.
Okay, so Squarespace has easy to use tools, which will make your creation of a Turok website that much simpler. And whether you are a Turok fanatic, student graduating college, perhaps entering college, I'm going to dip into this again. We were at PAX, we did a meetup, and we got shot down with questions like, how do I do what you do?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And again, I said over and over again, just do it, make it, and then show it to people. Make
Yeah.
it so you can show it, and part of that is having an online presence. So whether or not you have a Twitter account that you can send people links to your stuff, or just have a website where it's all there, easy to find, you want to make sure you get your stuff out there. And having a website's an easy way to do that. You can put it on your business cards. You look super official. You don't have to. I guess the big thing is you don't have to convince somebody that you're good.
You just show them,
you're good.
right?
Yeah.
That's a really interesting point. I never thought of Squarespace as actually a good tool for that. That makes total sense. You make a portfolio online, and I'm sure you can embed YouTube videos and all that other stuff on your website. So.
And the key there is it's not going to look like crap. Because if you just get a templated website, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be a templated website.
Yeah.
But with Squarespace's tools, you can make a website that's clean, modern, good looking, makes people want to keep looking at your stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about first impressions, and Squarespace can help you set an excellent one.
The more that I've been diving into those tools, because I've dove in just a little bit, and I've noticed that the more I dive in, the more complicated they become, which is good. That means there's more customization, sort of like Android, where like the more you dive in, the more it becomes your own. So it's pretty cool.
And then we encourage you to check out our awesome website. It's probably going to have some Turok content on it, maybe Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
It better. It's going to have Cadillacs and dinosaurs for sure.
And that's, we haven't really decided on a URL yet, but we'll make sure you guys find it when we get it. So you can start your Squarespace experience with no credit card. Build your website today. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to go to squarespace.com and use the offer code INSIDE to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for Inside Gaming. That's INSIDE. Yet again, we thank Squarespace for their support of Inside Gaming, and they would like to remind you that a better web starts with your website.
Thank you,
Joel, what's your favorite
Squarespace.
dinosaur?
Thank you.
When I was a child, it was the Stegosaurus.
I fucking knew
That's
it.
a good dinosaur, though.
Wait, what does that say about me as a person?
Vegetarian dinosaur, stoic. But it's able to defend itself, but it's all defense. Its only ability is
The
defense.
Captain America.
It can't attack? Is that what you're saying?
It can't attack.
no, it can't.
It's got giant horns on its head. It can ram into someone.
No, it can't.
Horns?
You're thinking of the Triceratops.
Yeah, you're thinking of the
It's
Triceratops.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus has the
Stegosaurus has the
fins and the
spikes on it.
spiky
And
tail.
the fins are for cooling. They're not for defense.
Aren't they for? No, they're for heating,
Lawrence,
aren't they?
you lost your
Heating or
mod
cooling?
privileges for our Denver Glass
regulation.
dinosaur.
Sorry, that's it. Sorry. I'm going to
So,
go
yes.
study my flashcards.
That's a very
But
Joel-like
As
dinosaur.
an adult, I like the Archaeopteryx. I think is a very cool dinosaur.
That's
Is that the one with the hard head?
That's one that flies.
Yeah, the one
Oh,
like a
One of the
bird.
first where they could admit that dinosaurs had feathers.
Yes.
It's a flying dinosaur with feathers. How is it not everybody's favorite dinosaur?
I like the hard-headed one. What was
Oh,
that?
what's the
Oh
name?
yeah.
One of them running.
Demetriodon.
Is that what it was? Really?
I think it was called the hard-headosaurus.
I'm just going to. Okay, here we go.
They kind of phoned it in that day at science camp.
The hard-headosaurus.
I got it. So the Turok Wiki says the port of Adia is a level
God.
featured in the game.
Oh,
Turok
enough,
Seeds of Eden.
enough. Save it for the website.
We're talking. We're
This is the
talking
level
about
where Joshua
hard-headosaurus.
Fireseed is sent on his first quest.
Ankylosaurus?
Let's move on.
Fireseed.
Ankylosaurus.
That's it.
Ankylosaurus.
That's got the
Oh, that's the one with the hard tail.
Yeah, that would swing things and knock
This
you
is
out.
a waste
shield
of
on its back.
everyone's time.
Bruce,
And it has
Even the
broad-
dinosaurs.
Remember, it has the
Dreamcast
broad-
guy has a very important question for
Yeah.
you. He says, "Tell us the wet butthole story. You didn't say the butthole was wet,
I
but
never
really,
did.
aren't they all a little moist?"
Okay. Do we have time for the butthole story?
Yeah, we
What was
do.
the butthole story?
All right, the
Oh, we have
butthole
plenty
story.
of time.
Okay.
So probably one time or another you guys have heard the butthole story, but I don't know if the podcast has. So here we go. So I was dating a girl for a while, and she had two friends come out from Iowa. Her friends, obviously she lived in California. Her friends came from Iowa. They came out, brought a video camera with them. And they were like, "We're filming the week because we're out here for the week." So they went to the beach and they went to the, like restaurants, and they went to all sorts of places in Santa Barbara and filmed it all. My friend and I, Steve, obviously hung out with them kind of off and on throughout the week.
Can I interrupt you?
Motherfucker!
Dimetrodon was not what I was thinking of. So sorry.
Great. Awesome.
Just
My friend and I,
just couldn't wait.
Steve, hung out with them throughout the week. They're fun-loving girls that were like, "Oh, we're taking a shower together," and all sorts of crazy shit.
Slap each other's boobs. Ha ha ha.
And halfway through the week, Steve and I were up in her room with the camera sitting on the bed. Steve was like, "Hey, I got an idea." And I was like, "What's your idea?" Steve was crazy. And so, but I was always down to do whatever he said. So he was like, "Let's film my butthole farting." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" I was like, because at that point I'd never seen a butthole before. And he was like, "Let's film my butthole farting on their video camera because they're not going to edit the video." And we also knew they were going to watch the whole thing unedited at the end of the week. So Steve's like, I gotta fart. So he bends over, pulls down his pants, literally spreads his cheeks. And all I literally do, I pull the camera out and I go, and I hit record, and it goes like this like a little starfish goes like that. Just this tiny little fart. I immediately stop recording, and we are dying laughing so hard, right? We're cracking up. Put the camera down. This is one of the longest jokes I've ever pulled off because it took like 3 more days for the joke to pay off, right? Because I knew they'd never look back at the footage. So they were watching. They were recording throughout the week. We all sit down at the end of the week, like 3 days later, with her parents and the 2 girls and Steve and me. And Steve knew it was coming, so I was like, "Steve, you got to be there. Steve, you got to be there." So he like made time to be there. So we're all sitting we're like trying not to laugh throughout the entire video, right?
How far into the video was it?
It was probably about 3/4 of the way through.
Well, like
So-
20 minutes.
Yeah, the whole
minutes?
video is like about a half hour,
Okay,
so it's
okay,
like 20 minutes
gotcha.
in. So we're watching they're at the beach and they're drawing hearts in the sand, right? Like, "I love you," and all this other bullshit. And we're I think it was the part where they were in the shower, throwing shit at each other or whatever, and like immediate hard cut to a white butthole like that, and then cut right back into the shower scene, and me and Steve are dying, and the the girls and the family and everybody, they all went like this. What was that? and I was like, "What? You didn't see what it was?" And they're like, "What was that?" And I was like, "Rewind it. Rewind it. Watch it."
Dolphin. It was
They rewind it. They rewind it.
Starfish.
They watched the butthole again. Steve and I are dying, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they finally figured out that it was a butthole because the shot is very very short of this tiny little butthole farting. But that was one of my favorite pranks I've ever pulled. I don't pull pranks very often, but that was one of my favorites. So
That was a prank?
basically,
Gotcha.
thank you. Yeah, that's really
It's
honestly.
more like scarring a family, but
Have you ever seen a butthole fart before?
No.
not
It's
really.
really fucking weird.
Isn't that a Disney
Really-
song?
Have you?
Ever seen a butthole fall?
It's really weird.
Sung by a folksy alligator.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing.
Hey, y'all!
It's a weird thing to see, and it makes a lot of sense because it was so close to that butthole,
Yeah.
that camera shot,
It's foreign.
that you had no idea what it was. It looked like an alien.
It's like an H.R. Geiger painting.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. So
Or any video game where you go into an alien ship.
It's always
yeah,
anuses
yeah,
and
always-
vaginas.
it looked a lot like a vagina.
I don't.
Right.
What is going through the developer's mind when they're making that? Like, yeah, that's fine. Looks like a sphincter.
Oh,
Whatever.
they're thinking 13-year-old boys are going to play this, and what freaks them out? Vaginas.
Buttholes.
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 Buttholes freak me out.
Yep.
So next time, a lesson for the kids. Next time you want to fart, go find a mirror, bend over, spread your cheeks, look through your legs, and watch your butthole fart.
Or find a buddy.
30 kids just shit themselves.
Or shit on their phones.
Yeah, a bunch of kids just projectile shit it all over
Wait,
their
how's that
mirrors.
for a focus choice, huh? What if you had
Too
a good-
much came out.
What if you got a good phone? What if you got like an iPhone 4S or whatever? And you just accidentally poop on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to put your
Wipe
phone
it off
anywhere
and, like,
near your
yeah.
butthole.
Stay away from.
Hand it
the
to your
phone.
mom.
And actually,
like,
and due to recent events, I'm going to just put it out there. Never put nudes on your phone.
Nah.
Just,
Oh, well,
it's,
yeah.
It's gonna get out there.
No, like I said, just watch in the mirror. It's just for
Where
you.
am I supposed to put my nudes?
You don't take them. You don't ever take your clothes off.
how
Why?
dare you?
You put
It's
your
my kink, Adam.
Look,
your nudes on the
we're
internet.
probably a good maybe.
Just spread them out there.
yeah, just put them on the internet.
Oh, Bruce and I talked about this actually
Yeah,
because
just put
we're
on
kind of frustrated, I guess, because about like 8:45 every single night, 8:45, 9 o'clock every single night, Bruce sends me his new batch of nudes.
Yep.
And he says, spread those out there. He can't spread them himself because if it gets back to him, people will think it's
It's weird that I'm spreading my own nudes, right? So
But
it's better that he does it.
I upload all over the internet,
Yep.
everywhere, nude picture graphic.
really graphic
Nude pictures
I mean, like we're
of
talking
Bruce.
about farting buttholes.
Hustler style? Like
And it just doesn't
stretching
take.
things?
No one wants it.
And so your frustration is that your nude photos are not getting picked up.
They're not getting
enough,
picked up exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas celebrities, it's easy for them.
Correct.
Well,
Jennifer Lawrence just needs to do one little nudie shot, and it's all over the
It's
internet.
all over the internet, and I
Gotcha.
cannot seem to get
It's hard
the
for-
time of day from any of these dudes.
It's hard for the small guy.
well, Bruce is volunteering his nudes.
Yep.
Theirs were stolen. So
Do you think maybe if I took a bunch of nudes, just held them on my phone and been like, "Don't hack my phone," and I kept
not if you
winking?
do that. I mean, no. That generally indicates that what you're saying is the you mean the opposite. So you shouldn't do that.
Or that
No,
you have like a
you
muscular
need.
trait.
Here's the thing: you got to make a sex tape with someone who sounds famous, just to get people interested. Like, so when
like Marina Cortell.
yeah, that sounds good.
That
Marina
sounds good.
Cortell.
And Bruce Green.
And Bruce Green
Yeah.
in
Night
one
at the
night,
marina.
Night at the Marina.
Yeah, Night at the Marina.
Or Bruce Gets Fucked is also the good pun title.
I remember there was a while ago, someone was like, "Holy shit, you see the new sex tape?" I'm like, no, what happened? It's like, it's that one chick from Survivor. I'm like, I don't watch Survivor, but I'm interested.
I was interested. I saw that sex tape.
Yeah.
I remember that. What was her name?
Fuck if I care.
You can watch anyone have sex.
That's what I mean. So here's the thing: we're about maybe 10 years away from that.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna be able to see everyone nude. It
like
doesn't
Watch
matter
Out for me.
Well, which is actually
not for
kind of
me.
nice because it's just like, you know what?
IMDb.
Just embrace it.
Now, this is James's idea.
International Nude Database.
Yeah.
Everyone takes pictures of themselves, uploads them voluntarily to the internet. You can get an app. Say you're in a restaurant, a hot waiter walks by and you go, I wonder what he'd look like naked. You hold up your app, it scans his face, loads up his profile. You can look at pictures of him naked, and then you go, all right, now I know.
Oh, you know, it'd be kind of cool. You know, like you ever use the Monocle app and Yelp, where like,
Oh, yeah.
it
That would
does
be the next stage
So,
of it.
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
just hold it up to the body part.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like-
Augmented reality.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
like
then you
scan
can see them.
You're
Cool.
like stand here, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
It's like X-ray vision.
That's what the next stage would be. But everyone volunteers their nudes because obviously pictures of you naked are going to appear on the internet eventually.
Yep, that's true.
And so this way you have control over that.
That's
kind
just
of
don't
release.
be ashamed of it.
Don't
It's
be
like,
ashamed.
It's what God gave you. Like there's not much you could do with what but just be proud. Be loud and proud.
Be loud
It'd
and
be easier
proud.
to do that if half the human race weren't depraved, terrible, sociopathic, psychotic human
That's
beings.
true.
Oh, that's-
that is
yeah.
true.
Yeah, I didn't think
That's
about
very
that.
true.
Have you seen the picture of Bruce on the toilet yet?
It's a good picture.
It's a good one.
Have you seen me stripping on the pole?
I have.
All right.
That's actually my fear is that we're gonna just eventually we're just gonna be naked. Like it's gonna
Is that a
happen.
fear? There's.
I don't like wearing
We've already
clothes.
discussed Bruce's nudes.
I don't like wearing clothes.
I almost guarantee you there's probably some nudes of me on the internet.
Really? Okay.
Somewhere, maybe.
Alright.
I don't know.
What about Adam?
Adam, if there's one that you can't get, it's Adam. He's the white whale.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not just talking about because of his pale skin.
Are you issuing a challenge?
To find our nudes?
Yeah.
No. That
don't
sounds
do
bad.
There's this weird thing where like I'm a very generic looking white person, so there's a lot of people from Europe who look like me. I got one sent today where it's a dude with a massive dong. Someone on Twitter sent me
Just
this.
say it's you. What are you doing?
I wanted to. Remember that other picture of the dude on the elliptical machine who was like ripped?
Oh,
Say
yeah,
it's
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And it looked
Also
just like me, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man.
Say it's you.
Well, I can't look like that just because genetically I think it's impossible. Or I just don't use the elliptical
Your
machine
dad had a
enough.
tiny dick.
Well, compared to that guy, oh my god, yeah, I had Princess Tiny Dick. I mean, this thing looked
Nice
like
clarifier.
it just looked like one of those.
Compared to all guys, yeah, I
I
guess.
don't know.
I
It
do
looked
have
like
a tiny
it
dick.
looked like a tube of meat that you buy. It's just like
A sausage.
It like just
A blood sausage.
there it is.
blood sausage.
Yeah. Anyway, it gave me something to aspire to.
How do you aspire to get your dick larger?
I'll get back to you on that.
All right.
The elliptical?
Dreams.
Insight?
An elaborate series of rubber bands.
Maybe some suction?
I don't know. Women
Weren't we
don't.
supposed to talk about packs?
Women don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In
And
case you're
women-
just joining, this is a video game podcast about video games,
What were we supposed to talk about?
where we talk about nudes and stuff.
also, women don't care about dick size. Don't let that go to your head. Only guys care about dick size.
Yeah, you're right,
you're
Adam.
right, Adam.
You're right.
You're right about
yeah,
that one.
women don't care.
You're right about that.
This is what I tell myself to cope with life.
Yep. It's
So
the
it
motion
packs.
of the ocean.
That's all it
Not
is.
the size of your cock.
Yep. Thank you.
I played some video games. Did you guys do anything cool?
Oh, it packs.
Yeah.
They did a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
We did.
One of the things I can't talk about. It's under embargo.
Well,
Yep. Super secret.
cool.
Should we talk about the girl we met outside of the bar?
Journalism.
what?
Oh yeah.
The Green
Please do.
Fairy?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Green Fairy.
Green Fairy.
Her hair was a gradient of. We were trying to leave.
She
We were trying to leave, and she followed us out.
followed us out.
She was pretty intoxicated.
I'll be fair though. I got a cigarette from her, and I never smoke, so
I was
appreciate that.
surprised. I was
Shoved
surprised.
it in your hand.
No, I asked her. I was like, I'll take a cigarette.
All I remember
She-
was she was a weed dealer with a Twitter profile and a YouTube page, and she was
Yeah.
asking us to follow her.
That's
the
basically
last thing
what it
she
was.
said to us when we were running away from her,
Yeah,
literally
well,
running.
It was one of the first times ever I just sprinted from somebody.
Yeah, we ran away, and she said, "Follow me on Twitter."
Oh!
I just remember asking her if she was aware that her hair was a gradient.
She said no. She was like,
Well, because she
"It's
didn't know
green."
what, she didn't know what a gradient was.
Yeah, that was
She
a good.
wasn't really all there.
I think she had a child. She also talked
definitely
about this
had a
one
child.
guy who was beautiful in the bar. She was like, "This guy is Blaine Gibbles," or whatever. No, it wasn't Blaine from Rooster Teeth. It was like this dude, David. He's gorgeous. He has the most beautiful cheekbone. And he walks out of the bar. He stumbles out of the bar.
like, "This is him!"
like that. And he leans against the gum wall.
Yeah,
There's gum all over the wall.
There's this weird street in Seattle where just all the walls down the alley are just covered in gum.
Yeah,
like
they call it Joe Wood Avenue.
it's Inspiration Alley.
Keeps coming and stealing the
Yeah,
gum.
yeah.
Get out of here, Joe Wood. Get out.
Like,
Ah!
it's kind of a cool art project, but this poor guy leaned against it.
And he was wasted. And she had just
man.
talked him up.
and then she was like, "Here he
was
is."
like he was like an angel sent to Earth
His
to show
eyes-
humans what beauty can be.
His eyes rolled. Wasted. Totally gone.
Vomiting out of his eyes.
So anyway, we quickly abandoned.
Oh, we ran away.
Fled, and as we're running away, she goes, "Follow me!"
Like, you bet.
Whatever.
I know. So
PAX ended up being kind of a blur, mostly. We were there for a while.
we were there for a while.
I played one game.
We were supposed to play Hotline Miami 2, and then they backed out on us. I heard the game was having some issues.
I was supposed to play Civ, and then didn't get to.
That also didn't happen.
Good story.
I played Lords of the Fallen.
Next.
Hard game.
What about Shadows of Mordor?
That was
Shadow
really fun.
of Mordor.
I'm really excited about that game.
I am actually excited for it now. I've been reading nothing but good things since the
Yep.
PAX event. So
I think
that's
what gets me, and I think this is what everyone assumes because it seems so natural, is that they would make a game like the combat is super similar to Batman Arkham Asylum. Not a bad thing at all.
No.
But I think when people see that, they either assume, oh, it's Assassin's Creed / Batman, skinned as Lord of the Rings. Like, okay, fine, because that's what developers usually do. But no, there's like a whole awesome mechanic in there. It's basically a sandbox that creates very interesting situations. So like, there was one that I went up to if you want to get a captain to come out or a war chief or whatever, you have to go to where they're around and then create a ruckus of some sort. It'll tell you what to do. But one of them was like, kill 20 orcs without taking any damage. And that was like really hard to do. And I had to like use all my tools, blink around like a crazy ghost man. I let animals out so they would start killing dudes and draw distractions away from me. Pretty neat. Pretty cool. And then once the guy comes out, you have to kind of use the combat system. It's kind of like Batman. If you get your combat multiplier high enough, you can do a special awesome attack. And yeah, one of those is the dominate move. And if like...
That's my move.
So
You grab your own head?
Dominate.
Okay.
It's when
I'll
you
lay out
spread your
one
ass
scenario.
cheeks and let your friend film with a camera.
Fill the butthole.
So the overall objective I had was to dominate like all 5 war chiefs at the same time. And yeah, a little BSDM, BDS, whatever.
Keep talking.
BDS.
But every character, every orc has their own like proficiencies and immunities and weaknesses. And if one is weak to like stealth, then you can get like a stealth dominate on them and just take him out right away. You don't have to fight him or whittle him down or anything like that. One thing that was pretty cool though was like the main dude was strong to everything, like every way I wanted to dominate him, but the guy right under him wasn't. So I dominated him, killed the war chief. That guy went up in rank, and suddenly I had my guy.
That's right.
So you can really think around some of the problems as opposed to just running in and killing everything. To be clever, basically.
Sounds really unique, actually.
Yeah, I love games that allow you to express the way you want to solve a problem, and the game rewards that through mechanics, not through like, yo, you get a cutscene because you picked A or B.
Last interesting game I thought was Firewatch. They put out the trailer for that.
Oh.
The Ollie Moss game. You didn't see it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's like
did
a
anyone
dude
watch
like
it?
scaling rocks and stuff.
Apparently, it's all narrative. There's no monsters or anything like that. It's just very. They said it's like Walking Dead with more freedom, which I was like, okay, I can get behind that. And the graphics look goddamn amazing. So, curious to see if that's a fun game. I don't know. Cool, but it looked cool,
It'll
and
be
I
fun to
enjoyed
like
the
just have a
trailer.
beer and play through, I guess.
All right, let's do the next mid-roll.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Speaking of beer, people like to watch football while drinking that.
I have to leave in about 15 minutes for my fantasy football draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're on.
You're a
Well,
nerd.
Bruce, since you're getting experience doing fantasy football, how'd you like to earn some money?
I would love to earn some money, yes.
Well,
That'd be great.
FanDuel.com may be just for you. If you're unfamiliar, FanDuel.com is a fantasy football league where you play week to week, so you don't have to sign up for the entire season.
Which is awesome.
And you can win actual money based on your roster.
Also awesome.
That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. The money's real. Enter fees start at just $1. They're going to pay out more than $10 million every single week in
What?
this NFL season.
$10 million a week?
Yes, per week.
Are you going to take us on vacation, Bruce, when you win your $10 million?
No.
A fantasy vacation.
No. Yeah.
One of the things that occurs to me is like the dream is to make money playing video games, right? But I don't think people, or gamers at least, gamers with air quotes around, don't acknowledge that fantasy football is a video game.
Oh, definitely is.
yeah.
It's an RPG, for
Yeah,
sure.
actually, it's so stats juggling, and if you know the game and you know the players, you know the people in your party,
Absolutely.
you can do very, very well.
Yeah.
So if you're a struggling gamer who wants more money, FanDuel.com might be the thing to look at.
Yeah. It's, in my opinion, every person that plays games should try FanDuel or fantasy football because it's D&D but with real life. That's all it is. So, go ahead. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Let's see here. So we've actually got a promo code with these guys, and it's actually a pretty awesome one. If you go to FanDuel.com and click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, use the code GAMER. It's all lowercase, but GAMER. And if you use that, they will match your initial deposit up to $200.
Oh, wow.
And I asked about this. You can't go use the code, put in $200 and yank out $400. It doesn't work that way. It goes in like a separate account that you can use to invest, but
Yep.
you can't just yank the money out. And the other stipulation is this only works for the first 50 people.
Oh, they use the code?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And it's gone.
Wow, yeah, that's totally gone
Yeah.
right now.
So if you're curious about fantasy football, if you want to turn some money, if you want some free money to play around with, I mean, it's matched, so you have to put in your own money, but they'll match you up to $200. Please go to FanDuel.com and use the code GAMER. And make sure to look for the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. That's FANDUEL.com, and then use the offer code GAMER, GAMER.
Man, they gotta hurry.
Yeah,
That's like
only
totally
50 people.
gone. That's already
I
gone.
wish we could see a stat.
I know. I want to see how fast that people did that. That's awesome.
I would like to know as well. And to be honest, One of the things for me is I've heard about fantasy football, but I'm always shying away because it requires you to commit for the entire season.
Yes.
And if you want to bitch out like halfway through, everybody yells at you because it messes up the whole league.
It does. It
and
fucks everything up.
But this is nice. You can just dip in for 1 week, pick your players, and if you like it, keep going. If you don't like it, just walk away.
You want to do it?
Yeah, sure.
I've never done it.
You guys should actually. You really should do it.
I'll do it if you do it.
You should really do
That's
it.
the thing.
I'll do it.
I've lost interest in football mostly because I'm from LA and I don't have a team.
Yeah.
I've been anxiously awaiting for us to get any sort of team. I don't care who it is. I'll take them. The Browns, come on
Cleveland
back.
Browns.
Let me tell you this. I lost.
You can call them the Cleveland Browns.
I lost interest in football until I started fantasy football, and then I
a good
became
point.
obsessed. So
That's what Bruce said. All right, so we're
Yeah,
gonna try.
moving
We're
on to
gonna
the community.
Let's do this next week.
Oh, there's only 3. They're really fast. Dark Devil says, first of all, anime is not cartoons.
how dare you?
Second of all, Jay Barnacle says, holy shit, was Lawrence was mentioning about sticking his phone in his underwear's elastic band. I was doing just that while listening to the podcast on my iPhone.
Gross.
At least we know our audience. You're our
Gross
kind of
head
people.
buddies. And then, so I saw this comment. This comes up a little bit. I wanted to mention it just so we can kind of dispel
Sure.
things and explain it.
Go ahead.
Mad Driver 34 on our Heavy Fire Afghanistan, and a lot of people said this, so this is kind of representative of a lot of people, but he says, do I get the feeling that the games you play are influenced by All Sham No Wow? It's so strange that you guys always play the games he's played recently. Am I right? Or are they highlighted on Steam or something?
This is not an ego boost or anything like this. Rarely do we watch other people's content. And that's more of just a time. I
time
wish
thing.
I had more
It's a
time.
time thing. Yeah.
I'm the biggest Rooster Teeth nerd and fan in the room, and I watch maybe 15% of their content if I get a chance. Like to watch an entire Let's Play from them takes time and dedication. It usually helps when I'm sick.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch other people's channels. So typically how we find games, this one in particular, was Lauren saying, hey, remember that shitty Rambo game we played? I was perusing Steam and I saw that they have another game out there. We should play it. That's really all it took.
Was it highlighted? Was it because it came out basically the day we played it, or
It was very
shortly
close to it.
thereafter?
Basically, it had come out on PC years prior, but it
On
just
Steam.
hit Steam.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
when played it,
And
which
that's
is probably why All Sham No Wow played it.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. Like I saw this with the Freddy Five Nights at Freddy thing.
Oh, sure.
One of the top comments like, you guys probably shouldn't play games PewDiePie plays. It's like, well, you know what? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and also he plays everything, so...
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
but-
PewDiePie plays a lot of it.
I mean that just goes for everything. It's like, you know what? It's not
Almost
so.
like your jobs are similar.
There's gonna no one unless they made the game, they don't own it.
Yeah.
Well,
No one owns a game.
It's like someone says to Chevrolet, "Hey, noticed you're building cars. You know, Ford builds cars."
That's true. That's a good point.
Or it's just like a news outlet covering the same story.
That
Like,
happens all the time.
Ultimately, look, here's the thing: if we did a gameplay that was identical to another Let's Play or something like that, then you could call us out.
be
But
weird.
just by picking a title, 9 times out of 10, I would say 9.99 times out of 10, it is a coincidence. I remember this back with the Nerd Cube thing when
Oh, we
this
did
was
like a GTA Online map?
we did
I
the
think?
GTA Online thing,
Yeah.
and we had actually played the map before him. We live streamed it, and it was like the ramps thing.
Well, that's right.
And then we uploaded like 2 weeks later because a patch or something got in the way. And the week prior, Nerdcube had uploaded his video. Very funny, very good. Pretty much the same map, slightly different. Ours went up a week later, even though we had played it first, or we have proof that we played it before his video even went up. It was a bunch of people saying like, you ripped off Nerdcube. He finally came out on Twitter. He's like, come on, guys.
Who cares?
So he's like, people play similar things.
Yeah.
No one's ripping anyone off. I was like, thank God, like he's got common sense. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like, fans are fucking weird when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's like they get defensive about you can't play this thing because they own it. It's like no one owns it.
Well, usually you're going to somebody's channel to see them play the game.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
don't
not,
see
it's
why
not
it
about
matters.
what the game is. It's usually about how they play the game.
Sure.
So
I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, if another channel, like I don't know who's playing Chaser right now.
Yeah.
You know, we get certain games
hopefully
because
somebody is.
Yeah, I
Well,
hope so, for their sake.
But like we get most of the games, you know, Steam Roulette, it's very random. And so if someone else is like, I'm playing Chaser because I saw inside gameplay, it's like, cool.
Yeah, please do.
That's great. I would love to see what you think about this piece of shit. Like if Kippy played through it, has already beaten it, and she was telling us like, this level really sucks. Like you guys are gonna have a hard time with it. And I like that. I like other people playing stuff. So, you know, take the stick out of your ass.
Pretty much. And also, I guess, if you're not in the adult world yet, you can be forgiven for having a weird concept of the adult world, but coincidence is far more common than conspiracy here.
Yeah.
That's true.
People
Especially-
love a good conspiracy.
They
though.
do, but anyway, moving on to fan art.
Hey.
Brendan Poulis tweeted a friend She said she's probably failing art class, but she's
Whoa.
painting a large-scale version of our dumb.
That's so cool.
I have a problem with this, and I'm going to let you guess what it is.
Is it
Oh, I think I can see it.
that she didn't paint your face yet?
Nope.
She
Your
painted
balls?
something.
Yep, she's covering up my junk.
Oh.
Nice little fake.
that's right. with like a
blurred
leaf.
before, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But she appears to be covering it with a leaf.
Right? It's too small.
I was gonna say it could be a blade of grass.
Oh, it should be a blade of grass. So if you want it to be smaller.
Yes.
Okay, I see. All right, I get it.
Anyway,
Thank you. We'd like a photo of it once it's complete, if you
yeah,
have time.
that'd be fantastic.
And DeviantArt user Game is on drew a cartoony Bruce. Very adorable.
That's it's really good. I'm trying to figure out if it's flattering or not. To me.
The way Bruce said it sounded like what his face is making in that photo.
Good?
Yeah. Is he happy or is he about to cry?
I actually really like the art a lot. I like the art style. I'm just trying to figure out if it makes me look weird.
Well, yeah, but that's by nature.
We're
of
just
drawing
weird
you.
looking
Yeah,
people.
that's true. I
so-
look weird. You're right.
And then Yvonne Guti.
Cool.
This one's so
yeah.
cool.
Something.
It's like an album cover.
Yeah, we look like The Cure.
I like.
Joel
We all look
looks the best.
slightly more handsome. Like they were
What?
drawing it
Who-
like, eh.
Who we said Joel looks like Sandman.
Oh yeah.
Joel looks like he has stars coming out of his head too.
You look a bit more Japanese anime, Lawrence.
Yes, I do.
And I look like someone different.
Really? I think you look pretty.
I don't know. It looks like someone in a band.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what we
We're
all
all in a
do.
band.
Oh, okay, that's true.
We're inside gaming. And then Dan the Supreme did a Drugcraft sketch.
That's all. I haven't seen this one. That's great.
It's very cool.
James has got a little FIFA Street.
That's all I want.
Oh, that's right. There it is.
I don't know why I'm looking at an eyeball. Am I missing something?
We were
really-
drunk. I don't remember
Hold
anything.
on,
that
there has to
happened.
be. Why were you looking at an eyeball?
I assume that's what that is.
Why were you looking at?
Let us know in the comments why we're looking at an eyeball. I don't
Yeah.
remember why.
The
Oh,
aptly
man.
named Greedy Gremlin did awesome fan art of Joel.
This one's
Oh,
amazing.
man.
It makes Joel. This is probably the coolest Joel has ever looked, and probably will ever look.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
He's got
really-
that 1,000-yard stare.
It's really awesome.
Looks like he's been through some shit.
Yep.
That's
Love it.
You can
Looks
hang
like
this
Jesus.
up. I might print this out when I go to Paris after EGX. I think I'm gonna hang it up in the
your
Louvre.
hotel?
Yeah,
I'll hang it up in the
Ooh,
Louvre and
smart.
see if anyone notices.
No one will.
Yeah.
It's like bring spray adhesive and stick it right over the Mona Lisa.
perfect.
And then Zip Zip
You love this.
decided to draw something that doesn't involve giant anime titties.
Damn it.
Well,
It was like-
we don't see what's below the line, so
It
that's
was like
unfair to say.
3 days before I saw this, I think I was like, I'm surprised no one's drawing us like gorillas. I think I said it exactly
Just like
that way.
that, just like
and
that.
then this one came out, and I was like, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily Gorilla's style, but it's clearly
It's like
inspired
that,
by
yeah.
Demon Days or
Love
whatever.
it.
It did kind of make us realize that we all have various shades of brown hair.
Yes. Well, we're all generic white
I
dudes.
should have known that beforehand, but yes, beautiful.
I do. My favorite part's getting Bruce and myself mixed up all the time.
Well, I was like, I know Adam because he's got larger hair.
But
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
Adam's hair is the hair that goes up.
Yep.
Bruce
And my
is the hair that goes
down.
forward.
Yep.
okay.
It's weird because you guys don't look similar, but once you cross into the drawn territory,
Well, we're just two white dudes with beards.
Yeah.
I mean, like we always. It's
Imagine you grew up in it's like how Chinese people see us. They're like, oh, those like you put Bruce, myself, and Tom Cruise in a room together, and like
They
that's
don't
the same
care.
person.
Yeah, we're all the same.
exact same.
No.
And then
that's
Reddit
true.
user Italian guy 01 drew the X bot.
I like that he's getting shot in the eye with a
Yeah, there's tiny person.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And the pod doors opening up and games.
all
are
the
just-
games are gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
And it says the Slim, even though it's like 400 square feet.
I know it's so
It's
good.
just raining games on them.
Just like War of the Worlds. I love
Man. That was one of my favorite episodes. One of the best IG dailies.
it. Yeah, I
Pete
really
freaking killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Then Reddit user Andreas Kahn drew Call of Duty guests.
It's
There was actually a whole raft of excellent.
Yeah, there were. What was it? Jimmy and
Johnny Guest.
Jimmy and Johnny Guest.
Yeah, Jimmy and Johnny Guest. President Rutherford B. Guest is the president.
A lot of people were asking about this and why we didn't live stream it. That was because we did it like 5 minutes before we flew
Yeah,
up the pack.
What
seriously.
the packs? Yeah.
We needed a quick game. We did a quick half-hour gameplay. So I don't
We
know.
lucked out.
We lucked out that we got that much gold out
So
of that
good.
horrible game.
So good.
And then we played at the panel first.
Oh,
And then
this,
Rami,
that's right. The Nintendo cartridge.
Rami Al Torfi, drew us a Nintendo cartridge.
So cool.
Dig it.
This is the coolest.
James has a mullet.
It should have been an old man with a banjo.
Yeah.
Oh, like Phalanx.
Yeah, and then a spaceship flying.
Man, we
across
need to
the
make
top.
that. Somebody asked we want to make the T-shirt. I think we should make it a T-shirt for sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Someone out there needs to draw what if we had an 8-bit video game looked like, what it would look like if someone made box art for it that didn't at all. That was
Yeah, I was just
completely
thinking
inaccurate
that.
to,
I see
to
what
what
you're
it
Be a
is.
grotesque dude with like a pistol shooting his own head.
Yeah, it's really realistic.
And then Jack Willett VFX
Oh boy.
made the best thing in the entire world.
Yeah, this is really good.
It's
I love that.
Train coming
just
back.
everything about it. It's funny because I recognize a lot of this stuff. Like it's like a lot of these are Video Copilot tutorials, and like I think it's the music from Video Copilot, but it's just so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Like he used the perfect amount of footage. I think we're actually going to start using this as our welcome to the channel video.
Oh, really?
I think that's what we're getting his
trying to,
permission.
yeah.
What's the best part?
And then
Actually, shout out to James
my
Williams'
favorite
story.
part is my favorite part is Lawrence with the 2 guns.
Oh yeah, the computer.
Yeah.
The computer.
Where is that? That's before this. Before the conductor, I think.
You sure?
I thought it was after. There it is. Yeah. You see the
With
Chaser
Chaser in
logo?
there.
Wow.
There's so much, and he said he did this in about a week. So I'm.
Gosh.
Hat is freaking off to you, Jack Willett. Thank you for
So
this.
cool.
Good job.
Then we got sequels from the Inside Gaming animated crew. Fambini's up with Dorsney Lorne.
Oh, this one's amazing. I think my favorite part is the Donald Duck when he's sitting on the.
Oh,
on the
God, he's all explaining.
he's sitting on
God.
the bench with Donald
So scary. I like that the child is drawn very similar to the
to Hazel.
to Hazel. Yeah.
If anything, I mean, animated or original gameplay. This is the hardest I think I've laughed in a very long time.
Yeah.
Of what we've done, and it was making me mad reading some of the comments where people were like, "Stop playing shitty Flash games." I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like
Yeah.
That's
James doing his Dorsneyland bit was
Yeah,
just
so
like
perfect.
one of the funniest things ever. Anyway, fucking fantastic work.
So good.
And then we've got another Inside Gaming animated, The Adventure of Morgoth.
Oh, boy.
And this is notable because it was
The
apparently
style.
animated by hand.
I was gonna say the style is very interesting.
And also, he took I thought what was kind of a boring gameplay
Yeah.
from Risen, and it was just he did a really good job with this.
I like the thing is the little thing that goes in and
Yeah.
goes out. I like that too.
Very,
you know?
very good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is Haiseel Hashanan. He's the guy who did the Game On poster.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He submitted stuff to us pretty regularly.
Awesome.
Very talented young guy.
I like when you go. I'm married to the sea.
Yeah.
That's really funny. That part's
That's a game we'll never play again.
never.
Oh, awful.
And this is
Oh,
this.
boy.
Okay, this wins the for me. This wins the award
Yeah.
for the best.
Here's the thing.
fan art video I've ever seen.
We're leaving PAX,
Yeah.
and we're at the airport in Seattle, and we're at our gate, and it's Bruce, Joel, and I, and we don't know where Adam and Lawrence are, and then we hear
Laughing.
on the other side of the gate, they're sitting there together, hunched over, looking at Adam's phone, watching this video,
Cracking up.
and then and they almost didn't get on the plane because we got on the plane, and then they were still sitting over there laughing, and then you and I got on the plane, and then we're laughing.
I'm crying on the plane. I was laughing so hard at this.
I love the close up of just our
Of our arms, yeah. This Thrusterman, the shot of him strapped down in that suit, and that part right there.
No, that's like I can't hear anything.
Yeah. Well, what I like about this so much is like this is one of the things that it's taken me a while to kind of figure out what our allure is to the world, but like Bruce and James are so good. I'm the pilot, and Bruce and James are just so good at like making a narrative.
Kill me, Jason.
And
right.
just doing the Thrusterman bit was just one of the highlights of my. What I love is that a fan can interpret our storytelling style,
Yeah.
and make something so beautiful.
This is amazing. This
Yeah.
is something that I probably would have paid to watch like an Adult Swim or like something.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
We gotta talk to these.
I was gonna
guys,
say,
like,
yeah. I mean, we want to do an animated thing, and now we have so
Yeah.
many candidates
I
that
just want to
are.
call out, like,
It's just a matter of figuring out.
we
how
are
to
said,
make
please
it happen.
animate something for us, and within 2 or 3 weeks, we have people. We have a Cold War. Like, it's just getting better and better, and people are like
Yeah.
fighting each other.
And it's unfortunate too. So like Fambini and the movie trailer and stuff. These are all like under 10,000 views, and I feel like these should have way more views
Way
on these,
more.
Yeah.
on these guys' channel. So it's like
I feel bad that they're picking us as their inspiration
Because we're not
because if they
popular
were
enough?
just
Yeah.
drawing any other funny things, I'm sure they would be doing a lot better. But
yeah. So
we're gonna link to all of them in the description. Please scroll down, go over
Yes.
there, leave them a
Yeah.
comment, watch their shit. It's so good.
Please watch them. term, and it's sparked a internal discussion here. We're still working on getting some more editing help here and stuff like that. But like one of the things we definitely want to do is like a clip show of the best fan stuff, because it is good having on the podcast stuff, but it's like we're getting so much now. It's almost
We're gonna be a
warranting
lot
its
more
own.
selective.
It's going to be its own show soon.
Which, by the way, sorry, like we're getting so much good stuff now. We have to be way more selective to meet time for this thing.
Yeah.
So if you submitted something, we really appreciate it. We look at it all. But if it wasn't on here, we're working on that. You guys are cranking out so much content. We want to get all of it. It's due time.
So good.
It's going to happen one day. I
So
promise.
good.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps it up for the Inside Gaming Podcast for this week.
That was the end. We did it.
Thank you for
We made
listening,
it.
everyone.
Oh wait, should I tell the finger spacing story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I think we're out of
Are we gonna
time.
tease it? Tease it to
Hard
the.
time.
Should we tease it to next week?
Let's tease it
Let's
next
just
week.
keep
I think-
teasing it.
You know,
Let's
what?
keep teasing
We
it.
just hit the hour.
Just cut it off.
Damn it,
We're
just
out of
missed
time.
it.
Finger spacing next week.
We'll get you with the finger spacing next week.
Let us know.
I'm all about finger spacing.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone. So here's the problem with your question.
Oh, jeez.
I only know of one form of cotton candy.
Pink.
And it's the pink one.
No, there's pink and blue. Everyone knows there's pink and
I've
blue.
seen
There's a blue one? Because we
he was
used,
like, I'll make you watch Transcendence if you
Kinda.
don't watch this.
this was back when there was only like 4 or 5 people in the office. One of them was Phil.
Uh-huh.
And he asked, hey, who wants to see surrogates? We're all kind of making fun of him. Like, no one wants to see surrogates. Looks stupid. So dumb. And then we used kind of an embarrassing photo of him in one of the episodes of Inside Gaming. And he just walked in my office and looked at me and goes, we on for this weekend? I go, yes.
Shoe website.
Distributor.
They would have bought Twitch?
Zappos buys
I'm just
Twitch.
saying, Amazon is prone to buying their way into markets that you would never think they would want to get into.
Prime.
The best description, actually, I think it was Will Wright, who was doing a keynote, and then he was saying that like holodecks exist right now. There's a 2-day delay.